the thumbs down. All right. My name's Mr. Church. I'm one of the math teachers here in Pasco County. And I heard you guys are awesome mathematicians, so I wanted to come out and do a little bit of math with you. That sound okay? Yeah. Thumbs up if you're fine with that? Perfect. All right, thumbs down. Thumbs up? Thumbs down. Okay, we're done. All right. What I've done is I've given you guys a problem. And I like to do all sorts of these word problems with all of our students in the county. And I'm wondering how you guys are going to approach this to see if it's similar or different to how other students did. So I've given each of you guys a word problem. And that's Lakewood Elementary School is taking the 4th grade students to an amusement park to ride on a roller coaster. It says Lakewood, not Pineview. Sorry. That was a joke. Now you laugh. Perfect. All right. There are 72 students, 12 chaperones, and 5 teachers on the trip. The roller coaster can carry 9 people. The teachers want to know how many trips the roller coasters will have to make for everyone to ride. It's a meaty problem. There's a lot going on in there, isn't it? I want you to, right now, observe the problem on your own. Now on your own, give it a shot. See what you got. It is 40813. Mm-hmm. Multi-step word problems. Word problems where the remainder has to be interpreted. You kicked me, it's okay. What's it mean? It's a roller coaster. So what's happening in the problem? Just the kids? So what does the problem say? How many people have to ride the roller coaster? Is that what you're asking? So what's happening in the problem?
Asking you to add 72, and then you multiply, and then you times 84 and 9, and then you get 750.
How do you figure out how many trips there are?
Because there are 9 students. So a roller coaster could only fit 9 students when we tried.
Okay.
So you would keep on
Interesting, though. I like how you're making sense of it. Think about that. If each roller coaster can hold 9 people, how could I figure out how many roller coaster rides it would take? All right. Give you about 2 to 3 more, maybe about 2 more minutes. If you don't finish, that's okay. How did you figure out 10 trips? Divided it how? How did you do it in your head? Well, think about it. This is one of the big things about being a mathematician is being able to explain it. So think about how you divided it. As I see these circles here, I'm curious if this helped you. All right. Bringing it back in about 5, 4, 3, 2. If I could get your eyes on me for just a minute. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm seeing, like I said, this is a big problem. There's a lot going on, isn't there? Awesome. So looking at this problem, who could summarize what's happening in the problem? What's happening? Yes?
What's happening is that there's 72 students and 12 chaperones,
Uh-huh.
5 teachers, and they want to see how many trips the roller coaster needs to make because there's only 9 seats. So what I need to do.
So hold on before you tell me what you need to do. So to re-summarize that is we had 72 students, 13 chaperones, and 5 teachers on a trip. And they're trying to ride a roller coaster, and we want to figure out how many. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Seeing some agrees? Okay. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Some of you have started, but I'm seeing a lot of different ways. Talk about this with, do you have groups or partners? With your table groups? Make sense of this problem. What's going on? Go ahead. So why don't you join a table group, buddy? Is he good to join a group? Awesome. You want a chair? Might help with sitting. You want to stand? You'll stand? Perfect. There you go. If you want that.
Actually, to redo that, it'd be 8. But if the teachers were writing, it would be. If the teachers were writing, it would be 9. Savannah.
Savannah, do you mind if I share yours and you can talk about it later? Not right now, but I'll call you up in a minute, okay?
Okay. 8. But if the teachers wanted to write, it would be 9. Because you're adding 5 more to the 3 that's left. And then you get 8, so then that's enough to make 1 more part.
Savannah, do you agree with him?
So if you add one more, to, because I added the chaperones, but if the chaperones weren't in, so it was like 12 on there, it would be seven trips, no chaperones, 8 trips, chaperones and students, 7 trips for just students, 8 trips for chaperones and students, and 9 trips for all of them.
Is that what you did?
Well, I added all of them up first, and then I did my own way of dividing.
But so you used a different way of dividing. What way did you use?
Well, you do one circle, add 9, and then you just keep counting, going on. But once you get to 90, you have to break it apart and then add that one extra trip.
So you used repeated addition. Okay. But you got 11 trips and you got 7, 8, or 9. Which one is it?
I got 7 for just students, 8 for chaperones and students, and 9 for all of them.
Well, what does the problem say?
It says, how many trips will the roller coaster have? Oh, so then it would just be 9.
Why are you saying it's just 9?
Because it says for everyone. So that means the teachers too.
Why did he say it was just 9?
Because
And what does that mean, everyone?
It means everyone.
Hold on, I'm asking him. What does that mean, everyone?
the 72 students, the 12 chaperones, and the 5 teachers.
So I see, thank you. So I see different answers in different ways. You guys, why don't you talk to each other? Figure out. And then let's see if we can figure out where this is, because there's some differences. What's she doing? Huh? Really? Because it looks like she's making dots.
Yeah, when she tries to solve it
How is she doing that?
by doing 10 dots and 21 and roll them until she gets to 89, and then counting them. Like, there can be one person
Okay.
just going on the rack.
You want to say that a little bit louder? What'd you say?
There could be one person just going on that one ride because 89 times nothing times 9 equals 89.
Sure there is. Oh, nothing times 9 equals 89? Okay. What does she mean by that? What does she mean nothing times 9 equals 89? You don't know? Then ask her. Hold on, ask her. What do you mean by that? Perfect. Explore that. What did you guys get? You all got 10?
Yeah.
How did you do it?
I did the 9's trick.
What's a 9's trick? What's that?
You just see whatever 9, like I divided technically, and
So I want to hear technically. Technically, what did you do?
I did the 9's trick, and it's like how you have like 2 numbers, and then you, like I figured maybe 10, so I did the 9's trick with 10, and it was like here, and it was 81, and if you add more set, it's like 89.
What did she do?
On 9 trick, on this row, every number goes up, and on this row, every number goes down.
So mathematically, what are we doing here? What's the math way besides the magic trick? What is the math way of what's happening?
You add all of the numbers together, then you divide.
So I went 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. What's that called when I do that? I skip count. Okay, so what did you do mathematically? You skip counted. And then what did you do? Why did you stop it? You said 81?
Yeah.
But there's 89 people.
So we went to 9
But there's only 89 people.
to make all trips.
So can they all ride the roller coaster?
Yeah.
But there's only 89 people and you guys went to 90.
So then one more seat left.
So what happens?
There's another person. There's one more seat left.
That might be a question to figure out. It was 89 people, but now you just went to 90. Why does that work? Or why can you do that? What are you guys thinking?
6, 10 rod. They don't get, but I don't get. I find it.
Okay, so then your job's help them understand.
Yeah, I did
Go.
that. Well, I already did it to her. Okay,
Okay, so when we explain something and someone doesn't understand, like what teachers do is we have to find another way to say it. So maybe try phrasing it in a different way. What'd you guys come up with?
I think we both
You what?
They think that we do you?
I agree with Dominic.
She's still working, but I really think it's 9 trips.
I think it's 11 because do that.
Everyone.
Regroup, it'll give you 89, and you just take the extra 1 and put it on, like, add it to 1 trip.
The extra one. What does the extra one mean in this problem?
Well, you're minusing 1 from 90 because there's 89.
But what does the one mean? Think of the problem. What does the one mean?
Why are you even?
What is a one?
Why are you even subtracting?
I'm just trying to find the number that you subtract to get to 89.
It's not 89. It's 84.
I'm gonna borrow. Well, how about we settle this? Can I see this?
So,
Would you mind sharing your explanation?
yeah.
You do, or you do or don't?
I don't mind.
Okay. And do you mind sharing your explanation? Okay. All right, bringing it back in 3, 2, 1. Oh, the doc cam isn't set up. All right, so we have some different ways of showing it. I've seen some different answers. And one is, what's your name? Dominic, what did you get?
That's not my message.
That's hers. What did you get?
I got 9 trips because I added 72 plus 12, that makes 84. Then I did repeated subtraction. And then when it got to 12 minus 9, and it equals 3,
We get a doc
added
here.
5.
Is it possible?
Because then when I reread the problem, it said for
Is it possible to
everyone.
get a doc cam? Do you think we can swipe one?
So I added 5 there, and then it got me, and then it got me to 8. So then that was the 9th trip because there has to be an extra trip for the rest of the kids and teachers. So I got it, and it was 9 trips.
Do I see it agrees or disagrees?
Disagree.
I see some agrees and disagrees. I've seen another answer. What was your name again? Savannah. What did you get and how did you get it?
I got 11 trips because I added 72, 12, and 5, and I got 89. And I tried to divide that by 9, but it still ended up as 90. So I tried to find the number that you subtract to 90 to get 89.
Okay.
And that's 1, so if you don't count the 1, it's 11 trips, but if you add that extra 1, if you don't add the 1, it's 10 trips, but if you add the 1 to
So I've heard 9 trips. Thank you for sharing. 9 trips, 11 trips. I've also seen 10 trips. Who thinks it's 10 trips? All right. So if you think that, why defend it? Go ahead. A little bit louder voice.
So I added 72, 12, and 5, which is 89. And then no number times 9 equals 89. So one person would just be the one person going on the ride. Like he'd be the only person on the ride. So like
You're doing great. Yeah. Kind of stuck? Does someone want to add on to that also thought it was 10? Maybe pick up where she left off?
So when I got 89, I realized that none of the nines facts would add up to 89, and I know 9 times 2 is 90, but if it's like that, then there would only be one open seat, which is better than there being 9 open seats.
So looking at the context, we have see mainly 3 different answers. But one thing was in common. The first thing I heard was 72 students, 12 chaperones, and 5 teachers. I saw that pretty much just about everybody went 72 plus 12 plus 5 and got 89. How did you know to do that, or why did you do that? What do you think?
Because, well, they said that, and if they just gave, like they said, well, like, you would have to see how much there would be in all if you just did, like, those certain ones, and at one time it wouldn't, like, give the right answer, so you add them all up to see how much you would have to add up.
So we can restate. Why did he add all those up?
Because it was asking for the total trips of the roller coaster.
Did you add up the total trips of the roller coaster? Oh. Because I saw 72 students, 12 chaperones, and 5 teachers. If I add those up, that gives me the total number of trips. Oh, what does it give me?
It gives you, like, something to divide with.
It gives me something to divide with. Now, these are human beings. So what is it giving me if I add all them up? The what? Is that a question or an answer? Answer. The total, now say it like you mean it. The total people. What does she mean, the total people? What does she mean by the total people? Total people that went on the roller coaster. Do we agree with that? Ah, okay. So it seems like we all agree with that part. The thing that it looks like that we're getting hung up on is how many trips the roller coaster takes. So with your group, review just that part and come to a consensus, an agreement with your group. The gravity is always things. Nice. So there seems to be a good debate going on here. What are we talking about? How did you get? Okay, so and you disagree?
Yeah.
So how did you get 3,330 trips?
So I have 72 and then I got 72 equals 3,000.
So why do you disagree?
I just think it would like be too high for like only 72 students, 12 chaperones, and 5 teachers to go. Like that would be a lot.
So you're questioning the reasonableness of it.
Like the number would have to be less because like there's 9, and if it was 1, then it would be like 1.
What does she mean the number would have to be less?
I think it's too high.
Why does she think it's too high? Well, how many people are there?
There's 89 in all.
Okay, so I have 89 people, and what are they doing?
And 9 people gone at one of the times.
So 9 people are going on that roller coaster.
So there wouldn't be 3,330 trips.
So how many people would be on 2 rides?
It's 12 rides. 18 trips.
How many would be on 3 rides?
Because I won left and I
I chose to ignore it, which had number 32.
Think you can take it from here? Can you represent that on here? Because you're doing a great job of breaking it apart. And think about that. Does it seem high or not? 3,330 rides for 89 people to go once. You tell me, is it reasonable or not? Huh?
I agree with it
Why do you agree with it?
because it's reasonable.
Why is it reasonable?
Because if she did all it right, and if you
Tough to explain? So they're disagreeing with you. Can you prove it to them? Can you prove it? So you guys listen to what she's doing and see if you agree with what she's saying or not. You have how many people? And how many people can ride each roller coaster?
18. Wait, no, 9.
9. So show me what it looks like. See if you agree. And your answer might change or it might stay the same. So see if you agree with what she's doing.
Because then it makes sense to.
Your answer changed?
no.
No? You guys say the same? What did you think it was?
10.
Why do you guys think it's 10?
Because
Hold on, I'm asking her.
So 72 minus 10 is 2. I know.
Not sure? So then ask them, how does it equal 10? And then I'll come back, okay? What'd you guys come up with?
We all have 10.
You all have 10?
Yeah.
And that's what you had before? So why were the other ones wrong?
Because you can.
About 1 more minute.
And she showed us how she got 10. So then we came up with an agreement.
Wait, 10 is in the middle.
Ah, okay.
He has a
So you just, because it's in the middle, that's why you chose it?
Because we did it.
What do you mean you did it?
We tried it and then we got 10.
How did you try it?
I did the circles and I counted out the way to 89 and then I counted what was in the circle and it was 9.
But she said that there's no multiple of 10 to get into, or no multiple of 9 to get into 89.
Double
So you put 1 in each group, and how many were in each group?
checked. 9.
So then
You added extra because
someone's going to be lonely. What does that mean? What does it mean someone's going to be lonely?
they're not going to have friends.
What does he mean they're going to go on the ride by themselves?
There's going to be 9 carts, but he's going to be the only one in the carts.
Is that okay? Interesting. All right, 3, 2, 1, bring it back. All right, so we had a few different answers.
I got 8 trips because I did 18 plus. I did 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. No, because I got 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 18, and I got 72, and then it was 9 plus 9 is 18, so 9 plus 9 plus 9. Oh wait, I messed up.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Good catch. So where do we set? So thumbs up if you think it's 11. Still got an 11. Think it's 10. If you think it's 9. All right. So we've still got 9, 10, and 11. All right. Well, let's look at this. We had how many people total?
89.
Do we all agree with that? All right. So I've got my 89 people. So these are people, and what are these people doing? All right, so they're riding a roller coaster. So how many people can go on each roller coaster? 9. So how do I figure out the next, what do I do next? I have 89 people, so how do I figure that out? How would I figure that part out? Yeah.
You can do repeated subtraction or division.
What's repeated subtraction or division?
Repeated subtraction is basically you take a number and then you repeat it down until you get to 0 to see how many trips
So,
there are.
so let's make sense of what he's doing. So you may have done it a different way, but I want to make sense of what he's doing here. I have 89 people. How many people are going on the first roller coaster?
9.
So what do I do?
Subtract 9.
And then keep on doing that until you
But I'm not doing it over. What do I do now? What do I got?
get 80.
So what does this 9 mean?
That means the 9 people are doing it on one roller coaster. So that's one trip.
So 1 trip. What does that 9 mean? Talk to your groups. What does that 1-9 mean? So what does that 9 mean? 1 trip. What do they mean by 1 trip? On the roller coaster. Because how many people ride that roller coaster? 9. So are there still more people that need to ride? So can you show me what that looks like? You did a great job explaining that. Thank you. All right, what does that 1 mean? What does it mean? So there's 9 seats on the roller coaster, so that's 1 trip. So then what do I do next?
Subtract 9.
Why am I subtracting 9?
Because you have to do subtraction 0.
Okay?
Then you subtract 9.
And that would be? I'm seeing a lot of this. What's 71 minus 9? So I like to think of this as, what's 71 minus 10? 61, and add the 1 back to get to 62. Because 10 is 1, or 9 is 1 less than 10. All right. So I've got another trip and another trip. What do I do next?
Subtract 9 again.
And that brings me to? Take away 10 and add 1 more. 53. Oh. What do I do next? And that brings me to? 44 minus 10 and add the 1 back. And the next I do? Minus 9 gets me to 35. And what do I do next? And then what do I do next?
Equals 17.
And then what do I do next? And that equals?
7. No. 8.
8. And then what do I do next?
Nothing.
You count the trips.
But there's no. Wait, no. You would add 1 more.
You would add 1 more.
Because those people haven't gotten the ride yet.
Yes, they are.
Talk to your groups. What's going on here?
They were count the trips. You would answer. It's not to go on the. I know. Take those 8 people and they go on the trip. You have to minus. There doesn't have to be and then add 1. There can be 8 on 1 card. So basically, that's 1 trip for the 8 because there's 9 seats. 8 is less than 9, so that's 1 more. So that's a trip.
Are you talking to yourself really loud or just carrying out? What's going on here? Yes. What's happening? But I'm down to 8 people. Subtract 9 from 8? Can't is a very strong word to use in math. I can do that, but do I have enough? These are people.
No.
Am I going to take away 9 people if I have 8 people? Don't lose track of the context. You guys are doing great. So how many total trips do we have so far? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 trip, 2 trips, 3 trips, 4 trips, 5 trips, 6 trips, 7 trips, 8 trips, 9 trips. This 8 are 8 what? Do those people want to ride the roller coaster?
Yes.
But there's not enough to fill a whole cart. What do they mean?
They can still ride the roller coaster because 8 is less than 9, so then there will be 1 seat left over.
What does he mean?
There will be 1 seat left over. And the stranger or a stranger.
Calm down. It's just math. You're doing good. Go ahead.
That 8 means like, so there doesn't have to be 9 people like in one trip. There can be less than 1. There can be less than 9 people. So it could be 8.
So how many trips will it take for everybody to ride? Anyone disagree with 10? Okay, so then why do you disagree? All right, so if you guys disagree with him and you think it's 10, listen. Let's hear the evidence.
I disagree because I think it's 9 trips because I did my repeated subtraction again while you were doing yours,
Mhm.
and I got 9 again.
So then where's our difference? I got 8, you got 9. So where one of us probably made a mistake then. So where do you see a difference between your method and my method?
Since, okay, it's 10.
Well, why did you make that face and say it's 10?
Because
a 10.
then I just realized that it was 10 because I just realized that because since I didn't count the 8 with the 10th column.
And I appreciate you sharing. That's a common mistake. So what we've done today, guys, we have dug into a multi-step word problem. And it's really tough to do these. There's a lot of steps, and there's a lot of easy ways to make a mistake. But you did a great job of persevering through it. You were really trying and making sense of the problem. So I want to congratulate you at that. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to say, "Go Math."
Go Math.
Awesome. Thank you. You're awesome.